The fifth, I suppose, idea is social good and doing social good, and the nature of not only helping people, but giving sort of giving the brand a reason and sort of a purpose. A great example is Tom's Shoes, and the fellow who started Tom's Shoes came and spoke at a keynote, and I, to be honest, knew a little bit about Tom's Shoes, but not a huge amount. But basically what he started out was he went into South America and was sort of hiking around South America, and he'd go through these villages where these kids didn't have any shoes. And one of the guys he was with sort of got second-hand shoes from the big city and gave them, put them on the children's feet. And all of a sudden these children now could walk to school, or these children could go and play, or just do simple things which we completely take for granted. So he goes, like, how's this for an idea? If I get a South American shoemaker to make shoes, I bring them back over to LA, you buy a pair, and I'll go to South America and place a pair on shoes by hand, on a kid's feet by hand. Here's a video which sort of summarises what that is.
People laughed at Blake when his idea was to start a shoe company basically where he gave away shoes for every pair that was sold. People laughed and said that was ridiculous. It's more about putting other people ahead of you.
Her oldest daughter is 26 and her youngest baby is 2 years old. She has on occasions bought shoes, but for the most they didn't have. Not for all.
When you have tonsillitis, every time you see a child, you want to give them a pair of shoes.
People want to be a part of something that is good.
This is what the shoe drop is all about.
They maybe have never been with shoes in their feet.
He had one pair of new shoes in his life, and it's his second new pair of shoes. This is the greatest thing ever.
Look what's happened in the last 6 months. We just gave away 8,000 pairs of shoes. For anybody who's starting a small company, everybody who has an idea, incorporate giving in what you do.
So, I mean, it's one for one is a pretty neat model, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. We're sort of used to companies giving a check to charities in need and then sort of claiming that and tweeting, we just gave 500 grand. I mean, it's kind of spunking your money. The difference between giving 100 grand and 5 million, we sort of don't really care much for the amount. What's interesting is like the sort of the story of the giving part. And what Tom does brilliantly is he physically goes by hand and puts the shoes on the kids' feet. And he's got celebrities putting their hand up to go on these shoe drops. He's got Ralph Lauren, for the first time ever, is collaborating with Tom's Shoes to help him design the shoes. Like, he sort of, as that girl said, it's like people just want to be part of something good. And what comes out of it, he tells the story that the first time he was walking through an airport, he saw someone wearing his shoes that he didn't know or hadn't personally sold to. And he thought, this will be interesting. He went up to her and he said, hey, they're nice red shoes. And she grabbed him and she said, you don't understand like what these shoes mean. There's this guy who went over to South America and he came back with these shoes, and if you buy a pair, he'll go to South America and put them on the feet by hand. And it's just incredible because there's these shoes, now there's a pair. And he went out there. Like, he was just blown away that the fact that that story had resonated like with the product. And I think that if we can find something which is kind of relevant, doesn't have to be bang on, one for one, But if there's something relevant about what we're selling or what we're trying to promote that has a flip side to actually benefiting someone else, and every time we reach for that beer we feel something, or we have a story, or every time we leave the ATM we sort of feel that we've done something good, or every time we turn over our car that we sort of know that what's going on under the bonnet is actually helping develop in other places. Like, I sort of think that that is a really interesting notion, and something which we should start doing, not for our own sakes personally, but like the selling power for the agency. If we start practicing this stuff, is just enormous, and it's a massive opportunity. So, in conclusion, the 5 ideas of the thank you economy, like a little bit of effort goes a long way, and I think the humanisation of business is something which is definitely coming, and we've got an opportunity to be leaders in that. Think like a software company, where start small, listen to the people that use it and evolve it and test and learn and test and learn. The game layer, just stand back from the situation, appreciate there are motivations within humans which aren't going anywhere, which we can actually, we can drive people to our endpoint much happier and much faster if we consider the notions of the game. Brands versus stories, don't try and start a culture, just find a fit and like invest and support that, because we get much more kudos if we just let me see Jay-Z live in concert in a cool black and white way, directed by Danny Clinch, Like, thank you for that. That was really cool. And social good, if we can find something which resonates with our product or our service or our brand or the culture of the brand that actually benefits people in need, whether that be in crisis or every day, then it will do wonders for us on the inside, and then also for our careers in the agency and beyond. Because we don't want to end up in that boardroom in 5 years, because the rest of the world would have moved by then. So, that is it. Thank you very much.